All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, before we get started, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahawah,
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM,
YAHAWASHI,
BAHASHAM, Ruach. Okay, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Also, peace, safety, and much love to the elect. All right, it's the brother Tazawam, and also,
Gamal
all right, back in the spirit with another lesson. And, as you can see, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, but me and the brother, we was here speaking in the spirit, and we was talking about balance and temperance and how it's very important in the truth. You have to be able to balance your time. You have to be able to balance your family if you have one. You have to be able to balance your job. Okay, you have to be able to balance the truth and the brotherhood. You have to be able to balance yourself. Okay, and when you lose that balance, you allow certain spirits to enter into you. Okay, because of lack of balance and you not understanding the weight of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI.
Right.
Okay, and we got a few precepts here on deck dealing with balance and temperance and equity and equilibrium and all of these things to show how Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI really ultimately deals with men that have balance. Okay, and you have to be able to balance your time, man. That's one important thing in this truth. Okay, time management. Okay, understanding the value of time and how time can be wasted. Okay, and you would see that in certain brothers and certain men. You would see that they waste time. And don't think that just because you googling all day that you using your time wisely, man. Hey, the truth don't tell you to Google things all day. The truth don't tell you to look into stuff and get into your bat cave all day. Sometimes you got to interact with things, man. You got to have a social life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got to be able to interact with the people. You got to be able to deal with certain things in the world, man. All right, so this truth don't really cause you to be an introvert, so to speak. Okay, you got to balance that. Okay, when you come into the faith, it don't mean that you lock yourself in Dexter's laboratory, okay, and you just go for the gusto and get into a research race. Okay, you got to balance that, man. You got to balance your knowledge and you got to balance your experience and how you interact and how you deal with brothers and how you deal with people. Okay, and you got to have that good balance within yourself. Okay, so I got a quick precept that I want to start off with. Then we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. This is Philippians chapter 4 and verse 5. It says, "Let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand." Okay, and I want to get that word moderation. Okay, because you gotta show your moderation, man. You can't be excessive in anything, man. Okay, you gotta have a good balance, man. Okay, you gotta be moderate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm gonna get the word moderation here. All right, and it says seeming suitable, equitable, fair, mild, or gentle. Okay, and that's that word moderation. So you gotta have a equilibrium in the truth. Okay, this truth is not just about hey, I'm gonna go to camp and then hey, sometimes fellowship, man. Okay, sometimes you got a fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, me and the brother, we here, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, but through the spirit of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, we fellowshipping, man.
Right.
Okay? We balancing our time frame. Then we got things that we got to handle tomorrow, things that we got to do, and things, we got to study, we got to do lessons, we got to wake up and everything, but we balancing our time, man. Okay? So understand that this truth is not just a rat race of knowledge and information, but about a man that can balance, okay, his lifestyle with the truth, man. Okay? Did you have anything?
I got something real quick.
Come.
So Ecclesiastes 7 and 16. Be not over righteous much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? So it says, be not over righteous much. All right, so, like the brother said, there is a such thing as being too much overzealous. All right. You have to kind of take a load off from studying. You have to take a load off from reading sometimes. You can't just overindulge yourself. Hey, well, the scriptures it also talks about the scriptures basically being bitter or being sweet first and then it's bitter. Okay? So eating too much honey, like the scriptures also liken them to honey. Eating too much honey, you can basically throw up.
That's right. Yep.
So you don't wanna eat too much. You don't want to get your belly too full. You want to give yourself time to digest the information. You want to actually kind of scale back from things and meditate on things, or do certain things to ease your mind. Whatever hobbies that you have to be involved with kind of certain hobbies and be creative, and do things outside of the truth.
That's right.
Don't just overindulge yourself in the spirit.
Yeah. Because you gotta balance it out. Mm-hmm. Okay, you can't just be a hermit crab of just sucking in knowledge and information. You never around brothers. You never after camp. You always want to go home. Okay, you never want to do videos with brothers. You never want to do it, and you will start out in that zealous spirit of doing this stuff. But then you can find yourself in that spirit of losing your balance, man. Mm-hmm. Okay? And you want to keep that edge about yourself. Me and the brother, we were speaking about that edge. Okay? We were speaking about that just maintaining that level of being uncomfortable.
Yeah. To
where you're willing to do videos at 2 o'clock in the morning, or you're willing to wake up early out of your sleep and do a video when the spirit hits you. Okay? And you will see certain brothers creeping back into that zone of comfort, man. Okay? You don't want to do that, man. All right? You get too comfortable, and YAHAWASHI bring that test, and you ain't ready to make that sacrifice, man, because you too comfortable. Okay? Mm-hmm. Comfort is the enemy. So you want to balance it, man. Okay? You want to have moderation. You want to have this truth on the equilibrium. You can't, like Apostle Gabar said it in one of his most recent videos. He said you can't study too much, okay, but you can't study too little, mm-hmm. Okay. And if you study too much, what can happen? You can burn out. Next thing you know, you don't know what to study on. All right. Next thing you know, or you studying too much to where at the camp you want to go home and study, and you don't want to be around brothers and soak in the spirit. You just want to go into la la land, man. The non-fellowship spirit, that's a lack of balance, man. Okay? If you ain't fellowshipping with the Akim, if you ain't being around brothers how you supposed to be around brothers, that's a lack of balance. Especially if you don't have certain responsibilities in your life. Okay? That's a lack of balance, man. Okay? You got to check yourself in the spirit. Okay? Mm-hmm. You gotta have moderation. You gotta have balance, man. YAHAWASHI is looking for men that's gonna put their flesh to the side and actually balance themselves in the spirit. Okay?
Yeah. I'm gonna read it one more time. Ecclesiastes 7:16. Be not over righteous much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? And it says, why should you destroy yourself? So that's how you destroy yourself, like the brother said. You can destroy yourself like that by, basically being, too much involved in, too much into studying and brothers kind of getting that YouTube spirit and just, just go, just all night,
That's right.
All day and all night, and, just study, videos. And brothers should kind of get more human interaction. Do different things. Yeah. Go. Take a load off sometimes. Take a load off. Go some places. Go visit. Visit a museum.
Yeah. Go get something to eat from a new restaurant. Go. Experience things. Cook something new. Mm-hmm. Get out that same spirit, man. That's a lack of balance, man.
Yeah, because it gets monotonous,
Yep.
In our lives in Babylon, it can get very monotonous. It can get very mundane, and mm-hmm. just you will fall into those slumps where you just feel you kind of fall into a little depression where you just want to be alone. Mm-hmm. Okay, but you gotta pull yourself out of that, and you gotta you gotta actually be interactive.
That's right.
be interactive. Don't just always shut yourself off from the world and shut yourself off from the brothers. It's not all. Yahawashi dealt with the people. Look at the example Yahawashi set forth. Okay, Yahawashi didn't just close himself off.
Yep.
He dealt with the people.
Hey, then you'll find yourself in that spirit where you ain't been around brothers so long that when you get around brothers, you just awkward as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't even know how to build and how to click with brothers. You can't even look a brother in his eye. You always blinking and just throw it off because you ain't even trying to be around brothers. You ain't been connected. Mm-hmm. You've been connecting with yourself too much or with another woman too much, man. Okay. Mm-hmm. No, you in a body, man. You ain't in this thing by yourself. You in a body. Okay. Now I got First Peter. Was it more?
Nah. Well, yeah. It's 17. Be not overmuch wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldst thou die before thy time?
That's right. So it say, be not overmuch wicked, meaning you got to balance yourself, man. Mm-hmm. Meaning you can't be overly excessive in nightclubs, overly excessive in wine and drink, and you can't be over excessive in studying too damn much, man. Okay? Because that's another thing that Jay can do, study too much, research too much. Yeah. But then when it comes to the necessary things as far as just like common knowledge in life, you don't even know how to do it.
Yeah, doing too much of anything can be harmful, unless it's praying.
Yeah,
you know,
glorifying the Lord.
Yeah, glorifying the Lord.
Because you can study, you can study too much, and then next thing you know, you run into a situation with your insurance, and you don't even know how to deal with that. Mm-hmm. But you know about all kind of ancient history. You can go into all kind of just different understandings and knowledge of certain things, but you don't even know how to change a goddamn a light bulb or whatever the case may be, man. Mm-hmm. You don't even know how to switch out a filter in your house. Mm-hmm. Because you ain't balancing nothing. You just in that sunken place, man. And that comes from lack of balance. You ain't balancing yourself. You ain't in this truth, and you ain't dealing with the ministry. You ain't communicating with brothers. You ain't getting into the spirit of things, man. You ain't flowing with the spirit. You can get into a rut, and then you could like that comfort and of that rut so much that you could lose your balance. You could lose your edge. Okay, was it more out?
That was it.
This is 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 5. It says, and besides this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge, and to knowledge temperance. Okay, so you want to be able to balance your knowledge, the knowledge that you're gaining in the spirit of YAHAWASHI. You want to be able to balance that, man. Okay, and I want to get the word temperance here. Okay.
Strong's G 1466. Ekratia.
Right, ekratia. All right. It says what? Self-control. Okay. You got to be able to control your spirit when you're in the truth, man. Okay. You got to be able to control when you're doing too much, and you got to be able to control when you're not doing enough. Mm-hmm. Okay. You don't want to be just this guy that just gets in the spirit and just thinks that it's all about reading and digesting the whole role and just constantly Googling everything. But then again, you ain't even dealing with women. You talking shit about black women. You talking shit about the nigger woman. You talking shit about the Hispanic and Native American woman. You ain't even dealing with them. Mm-hmm. You got to balance yourself, man. Okay? You got to understand what the thing is. This thing ain't about just being a parrot, man. You got to graduate, man. Okay? You got to pull yourself up on a level. Okay? And that comes with what? It comes with balance. Okay? Self-control. Okay? It says the virtue of one who masters his desires and passions. Okay? So you got to be able to master your desires and your passions, man. Okay? Even certain brothers that's a lot more carnal than other brothers. You know, you want to be able to master your desires, your carnal desires, man, and you want to abstain from that, man. You want to stay away from the youthful lust. Okay. It says especially his sensual appetites. Okay, but I just wanted to get that word temperance because it tells you clearly that when you get knowledge and when you begin to come up on a level, you got to be able to balance that knowledge. And what is the scriptures known as? It's known as what? The wine. Mm-hmm. You know? You had something like?
God, I got something real quick. It's Ecclesiastes 9:11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happen to them all. And the key phrase that I'm bringing out here is the race is not given to the swift. Okay, so this is not a all-out sprint. Okay, you have to be able to pace yourself, and what is pacing yourself? That's balance.
That's right.
Okay, you know, working out a pace that's good for you, you know, and don't over, you know, this isn't just a sprint. You know, you have to actually kind of pace yourself. Even with a marathon, you have rest stops.
Yep.
You know, you of course you're gonna continue the race, but you actually have rest stops where you know, you may need to take a drink of water, rehydrate.
That's right.
You know, sometimes you have to rehydrate. Sometimes you have to, you know, take a chill pill and just recalculate and you know, do certain things like that. You know, but you know, just about balancing your time. You know, you can really and really what comes with balance is discomfort. Okay. Once you are placed in a position of uncomfort, then you have no choice but to adjust. You have no choice. Right. You have to adjust, and you have to, you know, readjust your schedule and redo things. You know, so you have to you can't just, if you know yourself, right? If I know that I'm lazy, that means I have to basically counter that. Okay, if I know I have lazy tendencies or I have tendencies of forgetfulness, then I have to do things to counter that.
That's right.
Okay, so you have to actually make steps to counter yourself because you're your own worst enemy.
You're your own worst enemy.
You know.
Okay, this truth ain't about always zoning in on the next man and his flaws, man. Zone in on yourself, man. Zone in on what you're not doing.
Right.
You know. Zone in on what you need to improve on, man. You know, because hey, all of us, our righteousness is as filthy rags, man. Okay, and as we just brought that word temperance out in 2 Peter, the first verse in the sixth Shalaki, the first chapter in the 6th verse, it went into self-constraint, and I got the word temperance here in the etymology, and it reads mid-14th century, self-restraint, moderation. Now, did we not just read that in Philippians, the 4th chapter, about let your moderation be known unto all men? Okay? You got to have moderation, man. You got to have balance. Okay? You got to have a certain level of restraint about yourself, man. All right? To where, you know, other brothers will see, like, hey, man, this brother has a good balance, man. I see he always do his videos, but he does this and he does that, and he does this and he deals with that, and he's going through this and that. But I see he just has a good balance. Okay? And that comes from what? Self-restraint and moderation, man. Doing things in moderation. Okay? You can't be overly, excessively just being by yourself, man. Okay? Just not being around brothers. You can't just not maneuver and not check in with certain brothers, man. Not seeing what the tone of the spirit is, what's been going on, man. That floating into the abyss spirit, man. YAHAWASHI getting ready to tighten this thing up. And if you ain't closely tight and locked in with the order of the camp, the Most High you're gonna get left out, man. because of your lack of balance, and usually lack of balance comes through pride. Everything comes through pride. Okay? It says moderation, sobriety, discretion, self-control. Okay? Now I want to get this quick scripture. Proverbs 25 and 28. You can read it for me, Bob.
Yeah. Proverbs 25 and 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit.
Yeah, see?
Mm-hmm.
I like it. That's that self-control. Okay? That's that self-control. It say he that have no rule over his own spirit, like we just read here in the meaning of temperance. It said what? Self-control. Okay? So going back to Proverbs, the 25th chapter, it says what? It says he that have no rule over his own spirit, or other words, self-control. Okay? A man that have no self-control, go ahead.
Is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
That's right. It's like a city that is broken down and without walls, meaning what? You have no protection. Okay? Because you don't know how to rule your spirit. You allow certain things to creep up into your spirit. You accept any brother, you know, you accept any goddamn opinion, you know, any vibration. You will let any vibration come up within you.
Right.
You know, because you don't have no type of rule over your spirit, man. You don't know if you're coming or going. Just here. You know, just in a camp. You know, not developing, not growing, not adding social skills. You know, not grooming yourself and building yourself up to be a leader. Okay? Don't deal with the brethren. Don't communicate with the brethren. Okay? Just appear at camp and that's it. But then wants to be looked at as a pivotal leader. Hey, you got to tighten yourself up. Mm-hmm. Get better rule over your spirit, man. Budget and balance your time, man. Okay? You have certain jakes, they get too comfortable, man.
Yeah.
Hey, this day is my rest day, man. You ain't got no damn rest day. The scripture say our rest, this is not our rest. Jake getting that spirit where they don't never fellowship. They don't communicate how they're supposed to communicate. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't build with the brothers. They don't do lessons with the brothers. They just come around and then they just talk to you on the group chat and that's it. No, you got to balance yourself, man. Okay? Even when you on the highways and byways, you got to have a balance, man. Like Elder Apostle Ramlab did a video today speaking about the admonishment and preaching the word, man. Okay, if you don't have a good balance in what you know, next thing you know, you're just talking all kind of madness, man. You know, you sending out idle threats that you know you're not going to do and that you've never done and that you're not capable of doing. Sending out idle threats to Edomites and niggas and nigga women because you mad, because your life ain't going how I want to go. That's not what the truth is about, man. It's about edification. It's about building. It's about time management. It's about sacrifices, man. Okay? So you got to know how to rule your spirit. Through the spirit. Okay? You had something?
Yeah, real quick. Slack. I was trying to get this in the blue letter.
That's it.
All right, this is Matthew 20 and 28. Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many. Hey, so Yahawashi, he gave his life for many. That's okay? Right. You know, he put himself out there. He put himself out there amongst the people. Like I said, he didn't just close himself off. He didn't just restrict his spirit. You know?
That's right.
You can't just restrict your spirit. You have to, you know, there's men that need a portion of your gifts. There's men that need your spirit, you know? And you know, you can't neglect that. You can't you know, restrict yourself. Now that word minister, when you go into the blue letter, it says to be a servant, attendant.
That's right.
What is attendant? Attendance goes into being present. You know, you have to be. It says attendant, domestic. Let's see. To wait a table, offer food and drink to the guests. So what does that mean? That means you have to be, minister, to attend to anything that may serve another's interests. Mm-hmm. So you have to actually attend. Part of being a minister is to attend to.
That's right.
Okay? You have to be there. You have to be present.
God.
You have to be present. You have to actually, put your spirit out there. Put your spirit amongst the world. Put your spirit amongst the brethren. How do you expect to wake up the elect if you ain't even out and about?
That's right.
You just out and you just get in the internet. And you get
Google crazy.
Yeah, you get into this internet and you just lose it.
The internet
just
shut off
from the
down,
world.
man. The internet is going to be totally shut down, man.
That's right.
Okay, you're supposed to be building yourself up in the spirit of YAHAWASHI. And YAHAWASHI was always present.
He was with the people.
Yeah, he was active. Mm-hmm. And he had a good balance, man. Mm-hmm. Okay? And you would see that, man. You would have certain men, they don't have half as much as certain brothers on their plate. And they ain't even making the sacrifices they need to make, man. And they got half as much on their plate as other brothers, man. Mm-hmm. That hermit crab spirit, man, the Most High gonna get rid of that. Okay? That hermit crab, Dexter being locked into Dexter's lab, closed off and closed away. Hey, the Most High gonna get rid of that spirit, man.
Yeah.
That lone wolf spirit. That's cause the only reason you would be like that, man, is because you ain't got no balance, man.
Yeah, and because really this devil has basically constructed this society into being introverts. They basically made everyone into being introverts to where, it's not even just the Akim.
That's true.
It's not even just brothers that we see doing it. It's everyone does it. Everyone in the world, they have the spirit of going home, turning on the TV, cutting on the YouTube. Everyone just goes home. People don't deal with human interaction. You look at cities like New York. If you talk to someone, they look at you like, why the fuck are you talking to me?
Yeah, that's true. Yep, and a lot of people that's in the world don't have balance. Mm-hmm. They don't know how to balance their time. They don't know how to balance their spirit. They don't have any rule over their spirit, and it becomes a false balance. That's why the Most High gonna come and plead and judge the world in the manner that He's gonna come. Okay, because of what? A false balance. It's an abomination, man.
Which we'll get that.
Okay.
Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord.
Yeah, which an abomination is a wicked act. Okay, it's an unclean thing. And it says a false balance is an abomination. Okay? So if you ain't balancing this thing properly, if you ain't putting in the amount of work you need to put in, all right, and you putting in your spirit elsewhere, hey, that's a false balance, man. Okay? And remember, YAHAWASHI is the one who controls everything, man. So don't think that you're getting away with nothing. Okay? You 2/3, you people that's out here, out and about in the world, and the only thing that you're doing with your time is being a nigga. Only thing you're doing is trying to pursue a career, pursue a woman, pursue a happy life. You got a false balance, man. And the Heavenly Father is going to reckon with you. He's going to plead with you, man. Because of the lack of balance, man. YAHAWASHI is supposed to be at the top of the balance beam. That's supposed to be the first priority, man. Top priority. Serving the Lord, man. Okay? If you ain't doing so, man, okay, in the spirit you're supposed to be doing, the Lord's going to come back and deal with you. And this goes for 2/3, man. You have some more?
Just a little bit more. But a just weight is His delight. So a just weight. What does that mean? It's just right, okay? It's perfectly even. If you look at the triple beam scale, it's just right on the line, That's a just weight. And that's what the Lord is looking for, being able to, even the parable of the talents, okay? You have to be able to take what the Lord basically gave you and give it increase.
That's right.
Okay? And in order to do that, that means you can't do too little. You have to actually increase this thing, and the way you increase is through balance, through being able to to push this thing and not get weary, not get weak.
Yep.
But on the flip side, you can't do too little. Okay, that's the main thing that we're pushing home is, brothers be more active. Be active in the body.
God, especially as we getting closer to the end.
God, yeah.
It's like the time to go into retreat and hide and the rabbit hole. Like, man, you better get out of that, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to get ready to deal with some serious situations, man. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to have that balance, man, to be able to go into this thing with an equal, or when you go into the word just, okay, that goes into what? The word tazadak, which means righteous. All right? So a just weight or a righteous weight is pleasing to the Lord, man. Okay? Meaning what? You got to be handling this truth in a righteous spirit, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be balancing this thing properly. Okay? Understanding, what have I done for the Lord today? Have I done anything? If you haven't done anything, hey, lose some sleep. Do a video. Link up with a brother.
Mm-hmm.
Call or read or do something in the spirit, man, but don't overdo anything. Okay? If you've been finding yourself studying too much, link up, man. If you've been linking up too much, study.
Right. Yep.
If you've been watching too many videos, read.
Mm-hmm.
If you've been reading too much, watch some videos. Okay? Find that balance, man. Find the balance. Okay? Let me get this quick etymology here of balance. It says to be equal with, from balance, meaning serve as counterpoise to, is from late 1590s, that of bring or keep in equilibrium. All right, which equilibrium goes into what? The balance of your body, the core. The core of your body is how you have balance. That's why, if you ever do certain exercise videos or things of that nature, they say what? Exercise from your core. Mm-hmm. That's where your balance is at. If you exercise through your core, it gives you a balanced body. It gives you balanced results. To where your top of your body ain't too swole, but the bottom of your body is weak. Or the bottom of your body is too swole and the top of your body is weak. When you focus on your equilibrium and you work and you produce according to your equilibrium, you have a balanced body. Okay? It says, keep oneself in equilibrium. Settle by paying the remains due. Okay? So I just wanted to get that etymology of the word balance. And then the brother Gamaliel Allah brought out a good point about how the alcohol movement was considered the temperance movement. Okay? And I just want to read the etymology of it and tie it in with the scriptures. Okay? And you can read it out.
Yeah. The temperance movement is a social movement against the consumption of alcoholic beverages.
That's right. So it says the temperance movement. And as you brought out earlier, the word temperance goes into what? Okay? We'll bring it out again. Okay? Self-restraint, moderation. Okay? So when they brought out this law, they wanted people to actually balance their drink, to balance their consumption of alcohol, man. Okay? To balance their intake. Okay?
So it's getting out of hand.
Yeah, so and when you balance intake, what you can do? You can distribute more. Okay? That way you don't have a particular city that's buying more whiskey than another.
Right. Yep.
So next thing you know, this city, you got to produce more for this particular city. And then the demand in this city is more. So now you got to produce. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So it can throw off the whole balance of a company just by overconsumption. Okay? You don't want to consume too much. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Khan, typically the movement demands new laws against the selling of alcohols or to regulate the availability of alcohol or to completely prohibit it.
That's right.
Yeah, it's about a balance, You have to be able to, it says basically against the selling of alcohols, which, the scriptures is also related to wine.
That's right.
Also, so you can't overindulge yourself and get drunk in the scriptures, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we'll read that what you just pulled up.
Con, you can break it down.
Con,
this is Ecclesiastes 31, Ecclesiasticus 31:27. Wine is as good as life to a man, if it be drunk moderately.
Yeah. So moderately, it has to be drunk moderately. All right. And like we said, wine is basically